Backstage.
Please welcome
L'invité.
Hello Bess Ditto.
Hello, how are you, Lucas?
Merci de prendre le temps de discuter sur It Was. Thanks to being here. Nous sommes à Paris et le lien entre la France et Gossip est très fort depuis près de 15 ans. Que ressens-tu quand tu arrives in France? What do you feel when you arrive in France?
Oh, I was sick. I was really excited. You know what? I was in London and I was ill, but then we got on the train and we were on the Eurostar and when we got to Paris, I did this. I made it! I made it! Paris, I'm here. I made it. I was really excited and it feels so good. Look outside. Where to habiter?
Nantes.
Nantes.
West
Oh,
Coast.
j'adore Nantes.
Ouais, yeah.
J'adore Nantes spécifique.
Ouais.
J'adore. C'est super. Étrange. It's very strange there.
Why?
I love that. Don't you think? Like a lot of really interesting, weird people live there. Like in a good way. You know, like I think in America, this is just my thought, but like in like all these big cities get a lot of attention. You know what I mean? And like it's really cool because, great, you know, New York, LA, but then I live in Portland, Oregon, so like where a lot of really weird, amazing people live, and they don't really get a lot of attention.
Bess Ditto, pour ce nouvel album Gossip, vous avez retrouvé votre producteur Rick Rubin, qui avait déjà travaillé sur l'album Music for Men. Je rappelle que c'est lui qui a réuni par exemple Run DMC et Aerosmith pour le succès Walk This Way dans les années 90. Que vous a apporté Rick Rubin pour ce nouvel album?
I think the thing about Rick and Gossip that's so special is that he is especially good with bands, groups, I'd say. You know, I know he's good with solo artists too, but like, and some pop artists in a sense. But I think what makes him so good with rock and roll, even hip hop groups specifically, is that there's something that he sees in everybody and knows how to get out of their way, and to show them how to get out of their way, and to get out of their head, so that they can make, you know, to take them away from their doubts or whatever it is that makes them feel self-conscious or blocks their creativity. He's really good at like breaking that down, and a lot of it is through conversation. There's a lot of talking, you know, with Rick. Unless you don't need to, but there's a lot of like, let's talk about what's going on, you know, and so he helps you get out like the negative things out of your whatever, like out of your brain. And so when you like when it's working with a group, there's so many different dynamics that I think that's his superpower, is helping you through the creative block that you might have, or like if you don't feel right about an idea, or if he doesn't like an idea, you talk about it. There is no one's a boss, you know, like you're like everybody, it's all about, it's for the good of the song. It's all about, there's no ego. It has to be about what the song means. I love, nothing makes me happier than making Rick Rubin laugh.
Gossip s'est arrêté en 2016 pour revenir en 2019 pour fêter les 10 ans de l'album Music for Men.
Oui.
Qu'est-ce que cette pause a apporté au groupe Gossip et en quoi était-elle nécessaire, cette pause Bess Ditto?
Maybe it's different for everybody, but for me, it gave me a chance to like just figure things out for myself. Like it gave me a chance to, like I did a solo record in 2017, and I think that taught me that I was actually this weirdly like this like vital part of Gossip that I didn't realize I was before. You know, like even though there's three of us and like Hannah wrote all the drums and Nathan wrote all the guitar and whatever, keyboard and bass, and I wrote all the words and sang all the songs, I still didn't know that I was important to Gossip. And so it kind of helped me learn that actually I did, you know, I'm important, and that what I do in Gossip was important. So that was a big deal. That was what it did for me, I think. For the others, I don't know what the hell they were doing. Like, I know, just kidding. Like, I know that, like, you know, everyone had different struggles and all these things happened, but, you know, Nathan went back to the farm, and it's just like a lot of stuff. But for me, that's what it was. I was just kind of like, you know, learning how to tour with other people even. Like it's like it's like an affair. Like you're in a marriage, and then, you know, Gossip I always say is like, that was the first. It was like the first relationship I ever had. We started dating in high school, and then all of a sudden, then you're like, and then you get married, and then you're like, then you look around and you're like 28, and you're like, wait a minute. There's all these people that you could be with, but it's kind of like is like that. You're like, what happens if you and I think we weren't in a place where we wanted to make music together. I think we've been doing it for so long. I don't think people realize that too. They only knew that for the most part, like especially in like France and Germany and all these other countries, they only knew that we made one record, but we had been making records for years. And so I needed time. I think people thought, I don't know what people thought, but I just needed time to fool around with other people, and I did, and I learned a lot, Yeah.
Bess, parmi le dernier concert de Gossip en date, je me souviens de celui en Bretagne, à la Fête du Bruit dans Landerneau en 2019, puisque vous vous êtes reformé pour fêter les 10 ans de l'album Music for Men, et c'était dément en Bretagne. Comment trouves-tu ta relation avec le public de l'Ouest de la France, les Bretons?
I think I can't say West Coast. I can't say coastal in France. The differences because I don't really know them that well. I wouldn't be able to be like Nantes, darling. I wouldn't be able. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know the geography that well. But I do. I know that when I go, like I said, it's like when I go to Nantes or Brittany. I don't remember specifically. But coastal towns are always if you're near the sea. No matter where you are, it's a different vibe. It's more laid back and chill. But Paris is busy. It's like any other city. It's like New York or London. So there's a different thing. Yeah. It's completely different. So I couldn't tell you what the specific vibe was to Brittany or to Nantes, but I can tell you that you can tell the difference. And if you're in a bigger city or a smaller city, I know that festivals are also different, but when you're playing a private show and you're playing it in places that are smaller, culturally different. It is a different culture. I think people, especially Americans, because we are a huge country that don't travel. I think they forget that just like every other just like us, every country has its different regional cultures, but you can definitely tell wherever you are that things are different. So when I'm in a smaller place, I always feel like there's more excitement.
Que fais-tu des cadeaux que tu reçois sur scène? Car à Landerneau, en Bretagne, tu as même reçu un soutien-gorge par une festivalière.
Well, the bra...
Her name is Margot.
Margot. Especially if it fits me, I'll keep it. I used to keep everything. Everything. From roses, anything. And it's not like I'm I don't know, Madonna. I'm not getting gifts all the time. Because I'm very sentimental or something. I'm very I feel really touched, you know. But it got to the point where it was ridiculous. Suitcase, my suitcase would be full of little notes and little people started getting really. Oh no, I keep those for sure. But if someone makes me something, I'm going to keep it because I like to make things. I like to sew and crochet and knit and things. So I know how much work goes into that. So I keep things that are handmade or drawings. I keep those things, photos. But some bras and stuff, I have to leave them there. It's sad. A bit, Also, I wish that I could give them to someone who needed it. Sometimes I give them back because I'm do not waste this on me. Don't waste this on me. You take your bra. Bras are not cheap, and you take it and wear it. Let's be friends. I'm let's hug, But it's really sweet. But I'm also don't give me your bra. You worked too hard. But that's sweet. Hi, Margot. Nice. Thank you for the bra. Margot, merci.
Bess Ditto, il y a quelques années, tu as sorti ton autobiographie, Diamant Brut. You know, the book, dans laquelle tu te confies sur ton histoire depuis ton enfance difficile en Arkansas, l'inceste, la grossophobie, l'identité sexuelle. Aujourd'hui, ça fait quoi d'imaginer que quelque part dans le monde, à Oxford, Melbourne, Brest, Landerneau, Nantes, Searcy, ta ville natale en Arkansas, quelqu'un se sent peut-être mieux dans sa peau grâce à ton livre et grâce à la musique de Gossip?
Well, I have to think about because I want to answer that really. Because I think it's really important, and I always wanted to do something that what the artists and bands and activists and writers are. I mean, I'm not a writer. Like I just wanted to do what they did for me, hopefully. And I think with the book, that's what's so funny is that I thought it was ridiculous to write a memoir because they approached me about it, like the book people, publishers. They approached me to write a book, and I was like, sure. I don't know. I don't feel like it makes sense to be 27 and write a memoir. I was like, that makes no sense. Like, well, except for if I die tomorrow, then it made sense. And then they were like, well, we can pay you this much money. And I was like, it's starting to make more sense because I really wanted to buy my mom a house because she was living in this trailer that wasn't in good shape. A trailer, qu'est-ce que le mot pour trailer? Caravan? Oh, wait. And yeah, so I wanted to make sure because there's a lot of tornadoes in Arkansas. So I didn't feel like I wanted to take her out of that. It always made me so scared because of course they're the houses that go first, So I wanted to get her out of there. So I was like, yes, I'll do that book. And I thought even if it's something that I did for money, I had to make it worth it. I wanted to tell the truth, But I didn't want it to be like this story, so that was something I had with the publishers, that book, that when we were making it, I felt like they were like, so tell us more about when you met this famous person or that famous person. I was like, no, I mean, I will. I mean, eventually when it makes sense, but it didn't. I was like, I don't want to do that. Like they really wanted it to be. We have a song called Cold to Diamonds. What is it? Diamant Bout. That's, we had a song called Cold to Diamonds, about being so frustrated that holding coal in your hand till it turned into a diamond, and that was what it was about. But they wanted it to be this story, and I think the publishers were like, this white trash American, living in a trailer, growing up to be like this woman who was living the fancy life. And I was like, well, if you want to call the book that, then let's make it more about this person who barely graduated high school, had all of these, no one thought I would do anything with my life, had the worst ADD ever. Let's make it about this person that no one believed in and that actually got out. Let's make it about that instead of about fame and money or whatever. That's what I wanted to do. And so finally we did. Anyway, that's my story about the book. And so I was just like, that's what I want to do. I want to be honest and make it about how you can do no matter what people are telling you or what you're going through. It's up to you to make a choice. And all you have to do is look for the people who are like you and and be friends with them and talk to make, and then you make a scene, and then you create this group and then you're a force, no one can fuck with that. You're your own people. And that's what we did. We created this incredible thing, and that's what Gossip came from, and that's I think that is the most important message. And that is why when you're 43, it's important to be when you're older, when you're younger, people will be like, she's so she's punk, she does what she wants or whatever. And when you get older and you're 43, people are like, she's a difficult bitch. You know what I mean? They're like, oh my God. It's so important because you're always learning how to be a diamond. You're always learning. But when I think about people, I only wanted to reflect the scene that was around me, my friends and what we were all in queer bands. We were all in feminist bands. We all looked. I always people would be like, "You're so wild, your look or whatever." I was like, I look exactly like every person in my town, in Olympia. I was like, I'm just ripping off the people that I thought were cool. Yeah, that's part of inspiring, being inspired is just choosing that and picking it and using it for yourself. And then, yeah. So that's all I ever wanted was to make people feel good, really. And then if people, and that's it. So I hope Nathan too and Hannah too, yeah, we always just wanted to make people feel good. and to just tell everyone to fuck off, you know? Everyone could fuck off. That's my dream is to interview interviewers. What? That would be my favorite dream. Yeah, wouldn't it be so fun?
Tous les journalistes.
Like to sit down and I feel like that's going to be my new rule. If we do interviews, I get to do an interview after. Not in a mean way, but at like 5 minutes of being like, where are you from? What's your mom do for a living? Those are the things that I really do think of. Like I want him like, I don't know, do you like fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
I love surf.
You love
No.
Look at that sun-kissed hair.
It's fake.
Yeah, so is this.
Bess, this photo.
We are babies.
En fait, pour expliquer aux auditeurs d'It West, on fait un retour en arrière. Ça me fait beaucoup rire. Il y a 14 ans, on était sur It West dans les coulisses du Zénith de Nantes. Avant un concert de Gossip en 2010. J'ai bien sûr gardé cette photo que je repartage maintenant sur les réseaux sociaux d'It West. Ah yeah, in Brittany, we say marinière.
Oui. And then we're both marinière, and today we're both just wearing black.
Yeah.
That's age, baby. Back then, it's like we would wear stripes. Look at us wearing bold prints. And then now we're just like, we'll just wear black. Look, this is amazing. Yeah. This is so cute.
Yeah.
Look at it. You have to retake this picture.
On va refaire cette photo maintenant. Merci beaucoup pour cette interview. Bravo.
Vous en prie, avec
Bravo
plaisir.
pour l'album Real Power.
Merci.
Bonne tournée. Tu fais les Vieilles Charrues avec le groupe en Bretagne. Il y a également la Nuit de Lerne, tout près de Nantes. Je te souhaite une très belle tournée en concert.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. Merci beaucoup. I'm really excited. I love France. This is so fucking cute.